water up a hill. Now, one of my clients in Momentum posted a question around this yesterday. Let's call her Bob. I tend to call everybody Bob when I'm giving examples. Let's call her Bob, and let's talk a little bit about how to, even though maybe you are outsourcing compliance, maybe you're not doing the admin yourself in your business, maybe you've got support by your team, but even though you have all of this support, you still don't have time to offer advisory and do everything that you need to do to grow and scale and keep your business working beautifully. And there is a solution to this, and I'm going to share the solution on how to actually get rid of complexity, because I have found through years and years and years of growing my business that when I have complexity in my business, that's when things break. That's when I'm overwhelmed. That's when I feel really stressed out. That's when I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Too much is going on. And complexity comes in many different forms. Complexity can be complexity when it comes to the services that you're offering. It can be in the software and the apps that you are using. It can be in the way that your team function. It can be in the way where you outsource your work. There are so many different things that you can have complexity in. You can have complexity in your marketing. You can think that your marketing is simple, yet it is really, really difficult because you don't have a strategy in place that works. So complexity is actually the thing that kills your productivity. And what we need to do is work out what is complex in the business and what isn't, and what we need to keep, what we need to outsource, and what we need to actually just get rid of completely. Okay, so there is a way to work this out, and the way to work it out is to start listing. And this is a 2-week process that I want you to go under. So if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like your business is complex, if you feel like you're pushing water up a hill, then this is what you need to do. Okay, 2 weeks, every single day, you get your phone, your mobile phone, and you set a timer for 30 minutes. Okay, and these 30 minutes start from the moment you wake up, not from the moment you start work, but from the moment you wake up. And what you do is you get a book and your phone, and you write in the book every half an hour what you have done in that half an hour. So say your alarm goes off at 7 o'clock. You write in the book, wake up. You set your alarm for 30 minutes, and then at the end of those 30 minutes, you write down what you've done. Have you sat in the bed and had a cup of tea? Have you got up and done some stretches? Have you got up and taken the dog out for a wee? You know, what things are you doing in that first 30 minutes? And you write it down. Then you set a timer for another 30 minutes, and you do whatever you do in those 30 minutes, the same as you always do. Don't change what you're doing. Just live your normal life, okay? And then at the end of the 30 minutes, you write down what you've done in that 30 minutes, and so on and so on and so on, all the way through to going to bed. Okay, and you do that for 2 weeks. At the end of 2 weeks, you will see where you spend your time, and you might find that you spend a lot of your time in Facebook or LinkedIn just wasting time, not doing anything. You might find that you spend 2 or 3 hours a day trying to get your head around software and, you know, trying to take on board all of these different things that are going on, and you're finding it really, really difficult to get your head and your understanding. Maybe tech really is overwhelming for you, and you're wasting days sorting out tech. Maybe at the end of the 2 weeks and checking every 30 minutes what it is that you're doing, you're like, oh my God, I'm doing 1,000 things, which means that I'm doing nothing really well. And that's why the business isn't moving forward. But until we have data, okay, data is key. Until we have data, we don't know what is breaking in your life. And remember, it's not just your business, it's also your life. So the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, not the only hours the way you're working, all right? So we don't know what's broken in your life that is giving you the overwhelm. We don't know what is giving you that complexity. And remember, things that are complex make you like stop. It's hard. You have to doubly think about things. You want to remove the complexity, have simplicity, okay? Once you have simplicity, then you can work out whether or not you keep, or whether or not you get rid of, or whether or not you outsource. But you're not going to be able to do any of that unless you know exactly what it is that you're playing with, and the data will speak thousands. All right. So when Bob asked me that question today, this was the answer that I gave her. And I would definitely recommend that you do this starting today. Don't start on Monday, start today. What is it that you do over the weekend? What are you spending your time doing over the weekend? Maybe you feel that you're not connected enough to your children. If you are monitoring in 30-minute increments what it is that you do all day, every day, you will find out whether or not you're sat on your phone on Facebook or playing games or doing things, getting pulled back into work when you should be spending time with the kiddies, if that's what you want to do. Not everyone should be spending time with the kiddies, it's up to you. Okay, so just literally start today, right now. Every 30 minutes, set your alarm and work out what it is you're doing. Now, the magic comes, okay, once you've done this and proven this, if you have a team, you get your team to do it. And you say to your team, can you now monitor for 2 weeks what it is that you're doing? And you can remove the complexity out of their lives because you'll be able to see where they're wasting time and where they're not. And whether or not you need another employee to help them, whether or not they're wasting time and you can reduce their hours. Okay, whether or not they're doing the wrong thing for you. So your business needs to be streamlined. You need to get rid of the complexity out of your business. It's not just your side of things you need to look at. It's also your team members' side of things as well, which is why it's really magic doing these 30-minute increments for 2 weeks to then analyze exactly what's going on in your life, your team's life. Get your kids to do it. If they're finding they don't have much time or they're overwhelmed with schoolwork, get them to do it as well and monitor what it is that they're doing, how much time they're spending on Facebook, or no, they won't be on Facebook, on Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat. Really get to grips with what everyone is doing. Remove the complexity in their lives away, make life simple, put more joy back into your life, work out what joy you want to have in your life, put that back into your life and get rid of all the stuff that you don't need. You don't know what you need to get rid of until you're aware of exactly what it is that you do, and you need that awareness. So that's that every 30 minutes, set your alarm, write it down in your book, exactly what you've done in that last half an hour, and see how your life changes, because it will. I guarantee it will work. Okay. So Ian has said, another great lesson and share, Amanda. Oh, thank you, Ian. That's great. Audit should be a term accountants recognise. Audit your time. Once you know where it goes, life is so much easier to redress the balance. 150%. Absolutely. You just have to know what's going on. If you don't know what you don't know, you can't change it, can you? So you have to get clarity around that. So let me know, is this something that you find you could do? Let me know. Comment 2 weeks below. Just put the number 2 and then write weeks if you think you're going to try this. I'd love to find out how it works out for you. So stay in touch and let me know how it goes. Come back to this video and give me some feedback, or send me a message and let me know how it's going. And if you would like some help with everything to do with client generation, mindset, and making sure that you're productive at work, send me a message with the word momentum and I'll get you all the details on how we can help you here at Oomph. All right, have a great weekend, guys. It's Friday here. Have an amazing weekend, and I will catch up with you all next week. Go and monitor what you are spending your time on. As Ian says, audit your time, okay? Audit your time, because then you can work out what's good, what's bad, what you need to get rid of, what you can outsource. Get rid of the complexity, put some simple back in your life. Simple equals joy. All right, catch up with you all soon. Have a great weekend. Bye.